Hello, everyone. How are you today? It's me, Trish, the PurpleYarnivore. Sorry for the glare on my glasses. Um, I'm doing this at night, so I have my ring light on. I'm trying to keep it like above my head, where it's not putting rings on my glasses, but now I just have an ugly glare. So sorry for that. If you need to know what my eyes look like, you can just go to previous videos. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you for coming back to all my returning subscribers. I hope you enjoy the content. Today, I am doing the what do you call it questions. I just decided to join along. I don't think anyone has tagged me. I don't think so. But I thought these questions are so much fun. I'm going to just jump right in and do it. But I do have a couple people that I want to tag in the end. So let's get started. So these questions are, what do you call it or how do you say it? So the first question is cooking food on outside grill. Okay, I just call it grilling. I don't call it barbecuing because I'm not always barbecuing or using barbecue methods or using barbecue sauce. It's just sometimes it's just throwing some meat on a grill and then it's called grilling. So that's what I call it, grilling out. We're going to go grill out, So that's what I call it anyway. 2, carbonated beverage. Well, I lived several places in the United States and I used to call it pop. But then I lived in places where they called it soda. So I just used to call it soda pop, but now it's been shortened to soda. So I call it soda, and it's kind of a generalized term. So it's not specific to any type of soda. It's just, I'm going to go get me a soda. And if anybody really knows me, then they know that I'm off to go get some Pepsi because I am a Pepsi girl. I love my Pepsi. Not diet. God, no. I've never been able to adjust to diet soda. My tongue just refuses to make any changes to make diets acceptable in any way at all. It's just gross to me. So always regular soda and always Pepsi. Maybe a few times a year I'll have like a red cream soda or just a regular cream soda, but mostly I'm a Pepsi girl. Number 3, the thing you push your groceries around in. Well, we just call it a grocery cart. It's just a grocery cart. It's a cart that we push around a store, putting groceries in. So, it's very simple. It's a grocery cart. Number 4, bugs that light up at night. Oh, they're lightning bugs. They're so pretty too. Like here in Iowa in the early summer, you see like a blanket, especially out in an open field or something. It's like a blanket of lightning bugs that are just flickering. It's really just so cool. Okay, number 5, the word P.E.C.A.N. Well, I say pecan. I love pecan pie. I love pecan pie. It is so good. Number 6, last piece of bread in a loaf. Well, it's a heel. That's what I call it anyway. I don't know what else anyone else would call it. I think any city I've ever lived in, they've always called it the heel. And I don't eat it. I throw it out for the birds or I throw it in the garbage can. Leave me a comment and tell me how many of you actually eat the heel of your bread. Number 7, how do you say C.A.R.A.M.E.L? Caramel. I know some people say caramel. The only time I say it like that is when I get the candy bar called Caramello. And then it's Caramello. But mostly in just general reference, I say caramel. So good. Oh my God. Like an ice cream sundae with like half of it with chocolate fudge and the other half with caramel. So good. Okay. Number 8, athletic footwear. Footwear. Well, I call them tennis shoes. And maybe that's just from growing up in the 80s, or I don't know. But I just always call them tennis shoes. It's used in a generalized way for any footwear that you would run in, any brand. But yeah, I just grew up calling them tennis shoes. In fact, I need to get a new pair of tennis shoes because mine are like falling apart on the inside and they're starting to get holes on the outside. I'm like one of those people. I don't have a certain schedule for buying new tennis shoes. I just wait till they're falling off my feet and then I'm like, oh, well, I guess I need some new tennis shoes. Number 9, that little lobster looking creature in freshwater streams. Well, I spent a few years growing up in Oklahoma in my childhood, and we always called them crawdads. So yeah, they were cute, and we would poke at them when they were swimming in the water if we could catch them. But yeah, we called them crawdads. Number 10, water tap, inside and or out. So inside, we call the water tap a faucet. And outside, I call the water faucet. I call it a spout, a water spout. So if it's inside, it's a faucet. And if it's outside, it's a spout. Number 11, liquid that makes your car go. Well, we just call it gas. I need to run to the C store and get some gas. Number 12, space at the back of your car. So, when I first heard this question, I'm like, the back seat. But I watched a few YouTubers and I realized then what they really meant. And I call it a trunk. It's in the trunk of the car. Will you go throw that in the trunk? I got a flat tire. Will you go in my trunk? Yeah, so trunk. Let's see. Number 13, the lights that regulate traffic. Well, I just call it a traffic light. Really simple, really basic. So, yeah, traffic light. Number 14, the place you buy alcohol from. We call it the liquor store. In fact, there's liquor stores here called liquor store. I don't know what else you would call it. It's a store where you buy alcohol. So yeah, liquor store. I mean, I don't drink, so, but if I were to buy alcohol, I mean, you could buy some alcohols at Walmart and the grocery stores, but I think in some states, when it comes to hard liquor, you have to go to a liquor store. But for the softer alcohols, you can go, like beer or something, you can go to, but actually here, here, they have liquor, like hard liquor at the convenience stores. And I swore I saw Captain Morgan at Walmart. So yeah, liquor store. But I think maybe the liquor store's here. No, I don't know about that. Well, we call it a liquor store. Oh, where was I? Okay, number 15, the thing you use to switch on your TV. We just call it a remote. Yeah, back in the day, in the 80s when I was growing up, there was no such thing as a remote or a remote control, and we had the antennae, sticking out of the top of the TV, sometimes wrapped in aluminum foil. you know? And when we were kids, we were the remote. And when grandpa or whatever didn't want to get up out of his recliner to switch the channels by the little knob on the TV, we were the remote, and that was part of our duties and our responsibilities as children. Number 16, the place where you get your medicine. Well, I call it the drugstore. You know, I know some people call it the pharmacy. Like, the drugstores have a sign that says pharmacy, but I call it the drugstore. I need to go to the drugstore and pick up my meds, you know. Number 17, breakfast that you eat with syrup. Chicken and waffles. Pancakes. I know some people call them flapjacks, but I just call them pancakes or waffles. And chicken and waffles is delicious, by the way. If you use like real maple syrup, I'm not talking Aunt Jemima, I'm talking real maple syrup from maple trees. Number 18, the thing that gives you info about streets and roads. Well, I call it a road map. And not just a map, a road map. Nowadays, I call it Google. But back when I actually used a map that was made out of paper, it was a road map. Number 19, the machine you get money from. Well, that's the ATM. Does anybody know what ATM stands for? I'll wait. No. Put it in the comments. What does ATM stand for? I know what it stands for, but I'm not going to tell you. You got to guess if you know. But yeah, we just call it the ATM. I don't think I've heard it ever called anything else, but yeah. And number 20, sweet on a stick. I know some people call it a lollipop, but I call it a sucker. It's a sucker. I don't even know where the lolly came from in lollipop. But yeah, we call it a sucker. So that is all 20 questions. So I live in Iowa. I've lived in several states, honestly, from the time I was born: Ohio, Arizona, Virginia, Iowa. I lived in Illinois for a short while. I lived in Michigan for a very short while. I worked at the Walmart in Fort Gratiot when I lived in Michigan, so I was like pretty far up there. Arizona. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, Georgia. I lived in Georgia. Anyway, that is all of my 20 questions. And the two people I'm tagging, if they have not already been tagged, is one, Cynthia from Cynthia's Joyful Creations. I'm dying to hear your answers because you're on the East Coast. So I'm curious to know what answers you come up with. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I've had such a long, busy day. My goodness. Check this out. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute. And the second person I'm tagging, because I'm so good at sidetracking myself, is Sandy at Crochet A. If she has not already been tagged yet. She's up in Canada, so I'm curious to know what her answers are. So yeah, remember how I was telling you guys in previous videos that I was going to like purge my apartment and just do this insane clean out? Well, guess what? I can see my living room floor. I have carpet. I'm just kidding. I already knew that, but you know, things are going good. I'm going to be taking my first road trip tomorrow because I'm on my vacation, or as they call it nowadays, vacay. And we are going to Bettendorf, and it's going to be a little trip for my daughter Halo, and it's going to be pretty much for her. And I'm going to record as much of it as possible, and when we're on the road, I will record some of the flat land and the crops and the farmhouses as much as I can, so you can see what that's all about. Look at her. She's very excited to go. Anyway, I'm going to get going. Remember, I tagged Cynthia from Cynthia's Joyful Creations and Sandy from Crochet A. I'm curious to know what you guys have to say. I haven't seen you guys do a video about it yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, you guys stay safe, do random acts of kindness, judge less, understand more, be kind to each other, show compassion, and I'll see you in my next video.